So they're talking about a model for everything. So be on the lookout for that particular part. Be on the lookout. Also, too, if you notice now, see, it's just as much insane that in 1990 that they said that the station said they wasn't going to play rap. Well, it was basically, it was understandable why they didn't want to play raps, because back then you had groups like Public Enemy that later on sold out. You had X-Clan that couldn't get no airplay because they was real. KRS-One was pumping and stuff, you know, and different things. You had a lot of conscious groups. But now, basically, they couldn't play rap, but basically they came in. Remember now, it's one of those psychological things. If they say something is taboo, it makes you buy the shit more. You see what I'm saying? So now, it's just as crazy to have all rap on a station. This is insane. And so now what you got, even though you like it because you programmed to like it. But you must understand, the music in the 70s and even the music in the 80s and the 60s, even just plain music, I don't care how you make it, music was made to heal someone. So I used to know this. I used to get up in the morning. I got to go to work. Say I got about an hour before I go. And so, you know, I put on my headphones. You know, I go get ready, and in about 30 minutes I put on my headphones and I pump some music up in me, and I'd literally be healed. It would heal whatever ailments I had, hangovers or whatever. So now, basically, they understood based on the 70s, after they hit us with everything during the 70s, the 80s, and the 60s, well, what was the shit to keep these people surviving like roaches? It was the music. You understand what I'm saying? So now, they came in, and now they have phased out all music, and even the guy that writes for Billboard magazine, I can't think of this black guy's name. He said it in 1988. He said they're going to destroy soul music and black music. So basically, they made it taboo to say that, you know, hey, that we don't want rap. Then they came in and they're giving you all rap now. You see, in this whole thing, if you trace things back, all you got to do is backtrack. See, like I said, everything you need to do is to go back in your mind and get a record of what happened beyond 3 years ago. Because like I said, black people got a 3-year memory deficiency. They only remember shit about 3 years. That's why you're faddish people. You see what I'm saying? Because anytime they take a culture away from you, you have to fill it with the new shit. You see what I'm saying? So the man say, no, we gonna have you just wear your drawers. And that's going to be the new fashion. You be the first people to jump on this shit because you don't have a culture. And the only people that ever follow that type of stuff is also the white people that don't have a culture too. If you notice, you got some white people that have culture. They never get into the same shit that the rest of white America get into. And I noticed this even when it came to dress. They would have the skirts up one day, the skirts down, and all this kind of shit. And then you go to places like, that's what Ralph Lauren wears for. They say, we're going to design some shit that never go out of style. And let the idiots spend all the money on the crazy shit. That's the way the African clothes work. You see shit that lasts for 3,000 years in Egypt. That's because you got a culture. And when you're rooted in culture and stuff, you don't have a faddish mentality. So the masses us, because we reject our culture, we're the only damn fools that reject our shit. You got a faddish mentality. And when you got a faddish mentality, that means that you got a 3-year radiance of what you remember stuff, and you own to the next new shit. So remember now, MTV wouldn't play no black music in the early 80s. They had the whole fallout with Rick James and George Clinton and the whole fallout. Then all of a sudden they put on this MTV raps around what, 88 or 87? They put this thing on, you see what I'm saying? But they made it taboo, but it's funny they didn't put on the soul. You understand what I'm saying? Now don't tell me the fucking white man likes rap better than he likes the damn soul music that he got rock and roll from. That's bullshit. They do this for a reason. So they say we're going to make this a type of music that's going to be this underground Generation X music, and you won't be able to understand. And so we bought it. And yes, at first it did work with us because you had conscious rappers, but then they phased those people out. In the mid-90s, let's say like 92 or 93, next thing you know, they phased them out. So now what you got is just pure ignorance to the point whereas you don't even have the first rap was done, even though they always sample, they also had a musical element. All that shit they got now is straight stuff from the 70s. We're talking about no quality of using your own creative skills, creativity. Whereas they're literally taking other people's records and making music from it. And so all the new people saying, you see the new shit? I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. You see, because I can, like, LL Cool J got out this song now. And I said, oh, yeah, I see what he did. He went to 1985 and copied this guy Bernard Wright's album because I was in the music industry. And I say, now he got the music behind that. So now you got music where everything is sampled, or 5 and 6 different songs and all. And so what you got here is, it's insane to have a art form where you don't have no singing whatsoever. And then the other singing is everything. If it's not that, it's all this slow music. It's a little different too. It's a different than the slow music of Barry White, or slow music of the Supremes, or the soul music of. It's a different type of music. So what I'm trying to say is this: the way they have fashioned this stuff, it is gone basically to go along with the insanity to keep you crazy. Take for instance, like we said, because they took out the records that you can play the record backward and actually see what they have on the track. So let's say, if an artist is sincere, he could be a conscious artist. He go to the record industry. Everybody want to get on the major label because they can get the shit sold more. So you sincere. Let's say you're a sincere rap artist, and you want to put down some tracks that's going to open up the consciousness of people. What you don't realize is because they don't have albums anymore, and they phase them out in America. Everything that you got here, they got them in LPs over in Europe. You see, and the only thing they have is CD. Because a CD, you can't backtrack it or turn the record backwards to understand what's going on. Plus, it's a higher pitch to it. You see what I'm saying? So they can put all kind of shit on the CD up under the music that you record. And that's the reason in 1990 they said no more albums, and they phased them out. And you might have a section with a few albums, and they do this for a reason. So it don't matter how good intentions you have as far as you say, I'm making some conscious music that's going to actually do something for people. They go and put a whole nother record up under that record, and you don't have the technology to know what the fuck going on. But subconsciously, you hear this shit. You see what I'm saying? And it drives people crazy. Even Delbert Blair talked about this thing. You see? And so that's the reason why they got, if you notice now, all the music sound alike. You see what I'm saying? All of it sound alike. And even with the singers that they have, the ones that sing a certain amount, you got like 10 female groups out now, and all of them sound alike. You see what I'm saying? And all of them sound alike. And that's what I go back to the BET thing, where as they come in now, they used to have conscious, like our voices and stuff, they come in now and phased out all of that. And the only thing you got now is just doggone plain ignorance. You see? These are things that we need to look at and stuff. You see, and we say, oh, that's art. No, it ain't art. It's the way he's running things based on this type of this type of energy that he's putting out. Now, the new thing is, it's not enough that they kill all the cows and they do this. Now they got this new thing. They got ostrich meat. This is gonna be the new shit now. They're selling this. They're killing these ostriches and they eat them like steaks. You see, this is a new thing now. This ostrich meat. They got these farms, and I'm like, now, when I damn, now, how beastly can you get? You gonna start killing ostriches? That kind of bird, you know, show the little birds out there and all. The next thing I know, you know, the people was in Wall Street eating them like steaks. Oh, it tastes just like a steak.
They had some out on TV.
Yeah, you see, ostrich meat. So I'm just saying, man, this man now is just going to the point where as he's sparing no expense for nothing. You see what I'm saying? At all. Now, the new thing is to dehumanize black people. Even in, especially the black female. And I saw it done in Independence Day, where you got this major blockbuster movie, and the only black woman is a damn strip dancer. You see what I'm saying? I know goddamn well they got fucking white women that strip dance too. Shit, they got more clubs, Cheetah 3 and the Gold Club. Hell, they ain't, you know what I'm saying? And hell, Magic City copied their shit from them. You see? But the only one, this is a reason. You see what I'm saying? Now, you see, the thing about it is, now, see, you can't. You got to look at the politics of things. It's political when they put a black man in a movie. When the white man say, I'm going to fund the movie, it's political in the first damn place. Then he's going to be bold enough to take a sister and put her in there and say, okay, you got all these fucking women here. The first lady and all that shit, although they killed her ass, which was good. But, you know, here's a woman sitting up here, and you're going to make this woman a stripper? You see the mentality? Now, we saw a movie. Right. Now, then I knew, okay, some people are arguing, well, you know, so-and-so, you know how we are. But we saw a movie the other Sunday night called Stealing Beauty. I think it's at the Dollar Flick. Let me get my paper. It's at the Dollar Flick now. Damn, critically acclaimed, and actually the movie was a good movie. You know, about some girl coming of age. She came in town, and all the grown people fell in love with the little girl and stuff, and she brought back this essence to them. And all you know that old bullshit. They try to make shit for Academy Award type stuff, you know. But look at this. I think it's, let's see if it's at Buford Highway. It might be at Avondale. Yes, Stealing Beauty. So we saw it up here on Ponce de Leon. Now here's a movie set about a white girl that goes to doggone Italy. You know what I'm saying? And she's in this Italian village, and the whole thing, and the whole movie is about this girl, this American girl that goes to Italy to backtrack her mother's roots because her mother slept with some man, and she was, and her father wasn't a real father, and one of the people in the village was her father. So she was on this detective thing, basically. And the movie, you know, the classic Academy Award movie and stuff, you know, although the critics say they didn't like it. For what other reasons? And out of nowhere, some guy talks about America. He said, I want to get to America. I'm tired of Italy. I can't stand this shit. And he said, I want to get to America. And he said, you know, I just want to get to America. And the next thing you know, they show some prostitutes down, because they're walking this like this overpath, and I think it's like highway. And they show some prostitutes running up to the car. Now, they ain't got a fucking black person in the movie for 2 fucking hours. And all of a sudden, they show a prostitute, and they show, was it 2 black women? 2 black women with their ass all out running up to some damn Italian cars. Now, so this shit is blatant, the picture that they're trying to send. You see, now, wait a minute now. Okay, I can see now. I can see if you had some black people at the party, because they had this big party with just like 200-300 people, no black people. Which is odd, because hell, a nigger's up in everything. I don't give a damn where the fuck you go. Gonna be a nigger there now. See what I'm saying? Plus, you know, the white man always said a long time ago, well, we can't validate our moral authority now unless we get a nigger up in it. So they said, we want to pass this shit off to the world. They said, and even the white people say, well, it can't be all that bad because they got a black person in it. You see what I'm saying? Knowing how church going we are. So we want to validate something, they put a black person in it. So then they have no black people, no black people at this big party of 200 people. And you gonna tell me you're gonna have a movie in a foreign country, all white people, and you mean to tell me that you show 2 prostitutes running up to a car and they black women? Mainly they talking about Africans because that's the ones that's in all the other countries. So hell, it's not just to say to them some Negroes back home, they had to bust in some Negroes from Harlem. No, these was so-called Africans, the prime of what you would call the culture as far as where we came from, or what they say. We came from all over the world, but let's just say, for the sake of argument, they talk about Africans. You see what I'm saying? So this is something that they're doing at this particular time, that they're dehumanizing us based on what they're putting in these movies. They used to do it in the early 80s, when NAACP had to do this boycott because they didn't have no black people on TV, but hell, Hill Street Blues had aired in fall of 1981, and hell, every criminal on there was all these black people. So hell, if you're saying that, well, it's real, black people do get in trouble. Well, shit, black people is in other shit and you don't have them in that. So let's see what I'm saying. If you're going to keep us out of the doggone media, oh shoot, if you're going to keep us out of the media, then keep us out of everything, and also the criminal stuff also too. You see what I'm saying? So, this is something that they're doing now to dehumanize stuff. I don't care about the rest as long as my notes don't get wet. So this is how they're dehumanizing things. Now, let's go on to some other things. So just be aware of these particular things that they're also doing. Always we got to analyze everything, just like this RuPaul thing that I said. Now, they talked about Sylvester in the 80s, but see, Sylvester, despite him being a homosexual, Sylvester was an ultra-talented person. So the energy from Sylvester, the energy could carry over. You see what I'm saying? Sylvester could sing his ass off and break some damn glasses up in the place. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing about Sylvester. So why they didn't raise Sylvester up? So no, they go get RuPaul and this drag queen type deal, and so we're not really talking about homosexuality, but we're talking about, we understand the intent on what they're trying to do. All of a sudden, they putting him up there like he gonna be like Oprah now. He gonna have his own TV show. And this is the biggest drag queen in drag queen history that is going mainstream, and it happened to be a damn black man. See where I'm coming from? With a blonde wig on. Ain't that some shit? And then you got Dennis Rodman, who ended up looking like RuPaul the other damn day. Now here's some shit now you got to look at the magnitude of this. How it is now, you got all these interesting black people, especially in sports, and the only person you're going to show us some damn Dennis Rodman, who, might I add, is a doggone clone. Because if he was the same person, you would have saw this same person in college. You see what I'm saying? Here's a man that's been in the doggone NBA, almost 10 years, And then overnight, 2 years ago, he just turned into a freak.
And Bobby's been 12 years.
About, yeah, 12 years. And all of a sudden now, he just turned, he just snapped.